Hello, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? It is I, James. I am now back again to do another painting tutorial video. I hope you all enjoy. If you do, please hit a like and subscribe and all the other fun stuff. Is Ground Dog, you're on the video live watching. How's my audio coming through? Yes, that's my dog. Well, my past dog. That would be Mochi. Miniature Schnauzer. And yes, he wears a Hawaiian shirt because he's awesome. Alright. So we're going to be working on this again today. The Imperial Psyker. Worked on this last Thursday, I believe. And we got some progress done. Mostly blocking out colors and putting some black on the areas we're going to do a metallic. Alright, so first thing we're going to start out with today, we're going to start out with a contrast, another contrast color. And there's Durg Yellow. Can't even make this stuff up. Let's see. Now we're going to use this. We're going to be doing this scarf in this color. On this scarf, let me see if I get this to be a little bit better. I guess it's going to focus there. How would I do that? That's better. So we're going to be painting this long scarf that she's wearing around her waist in a nice dark muddy yellow. It should help contrast a lot with the red as long as it doesn't clash with it. It should be okay. I asked my wife, hey, what color should I paint this? I was thinking yellow, and she goes, well, you'd have to do a really muddy yellow in order for it to look right. It's like a kind of like a muddy, almost metallic golden brown yellow is what I'm going to go for. How's studies going, Ground Dog? So again, we're still in the blocking colors. We haven't started to add any details yet. So I haven't went to start adding any extra layers. We're just right now just doing the blocking of colors. So like right now we have that big splotch of red right there that we actually don't want there. We'll have to fix that up later. Almost done with your first rounds. This is testing. You got like monthly testing or quarterly testing, however they do it. It's been a long time since I've been in school. And my schools are probably slightly different than yours. Two chances per test. Oh, that's nice. Get far back underneath there. A lot of times when you paint something like this, you don't need to worry about areas that are really tucked away. Mostly because no one will ever see them, usually, unless, like, again, unless you're painting for competition, which Some people will do. It's got a nice skull belt buckle on this thing. It's kind of neat. Excuse me if I put it out of... That's actually part of the metallic right there. Yeah, I would hope you get the better grade on the second one. Even if you get a good grade on it the first time, what's the harm in doing it again? The second time you get a better grade. Few teachers allow you to do that here. Alright, got that blocked in. You know, I'm actually looking at the pants right now. I'm actually liking the pants in a light color. I think they're actually going to end up being a light gray. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to Celestial Gray. Citadel base paint. Base paints are really good. They have a lot of pigment. I'm also going to change brushes to a different brush. This brush is deciding to go all over the place on me today. I'm using a number 1, round, long. My preferred type of brush is a longer brush. We're going to go to the clean side of the color palette today too. Give it a good mix. This pot's almost out. Don't worry, I got about 60 more pots of this color. I use it a lot. Take some of this paint onto the palette with you. Should be plenty of paint. Gotta go for a good consistency. I try to recommend never try to paint directly from the pot. Excuse me while I move the microphone. You want to add some sort of flow improver, water, or actual flow improver to it. You want to get a good consistency. You don't want it runny. You want it to roll off the brush pretty easily. We're doing blockouts like this. It's not too incredibly important, but you'll definitely see a difference. If you make it too runny, it'll have poor coverage, and it'll get everywhere, which is not good. And if you don't make it thin enough, I'm off camera. Come on. There we go. And if you make it too thick, if you don't thin it down enough, it'll go on chalky and clumpy, and that's honestly sometimes worse. Up and underneath here. Mr. Little Kneecap. Got a little red on there, cover that up. That's going to be approximately the same color there. Alright, flop this around. Anywhere else. And I think the coat is going to be a gray too. Go in there and might go with a little bit darker gray than this, I think. Hey, Apple Dog. Apple pie. To go. Oh, it's Sonia. Sonia, how you doing? Started a little late today. Sorry, Sonia, if I screwed anybody up. Sure I didn't, but... Ah, poop. Got a little bit of that where I didn't want it. Get off there. Alright. Grab some white. Throw that paintbrush over to my paintbrush holder. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't matter, but, you know, still apologize. I'm not a complete monster. Alright. I did mess up a little bit over here. Go back in with the white there. On this, shouldn't matter much. This brush has got a hanger on it. A hanger tag. Brush modification. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell the brush police I modified my brush. Can't see my face too well over here. Up here, you can't see me. I think the issue is I have this giant light rig right here to help paint. And it's giving a ton of blowback of light. That's not the important part anyway. This right here, this doesn't matter. It's this. I can sit back further to here. Is that better? Yeah, when I look at the camera. Problem is that I'm working down here and it's hard to look at the camera and work at the same time, so I angle it this way and you can at least see me paint somewhat. What was I looking for here? Got me all distracted. Trickery. Got me with the trickery. Oh. Bet you it's spam calling. That was spam. We're going to get flagged for that. Fanfare. Final Fantasy. Copyright. Enix. Square Enix. Not me. I don't own Fanfare. I own the rights to that part of the song, but nothing else. Okay. So I went through and I covered up places where the red bled over. Now I'm going to fix the yellow. A couple spots I missed on yellow. Sneaky. This camera's going out of focus really bad today. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Uh-oh. Now Mega Man's telling me that I missed a phone call and that I'm painting. Get my own notifications. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab some inks, or not inks, washes. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flesh. I'm going to paint the flesh, block out the flesh some, flat flesh. What I like to use for my skin tones, I got a pretty good recipe that comes out pretty good, is Vallejo Model Color Flat Flesh, which is a Caucasian skin tone. Can't really say skin tone because not all people are pink. Some people are brown, some are olive. You know, it's the real world out there. There we are. Now this model's kind of cool. If you look at her head's actually distended, and it has a whole bunch of like add-ons. She's been cyberpunked. So it's kind of cool. Back in there. Her and Keanu can hang out. Whoa. Got a bit of fuzz trying to come along with me on her hair. No hair. On a model like this, actually, I would almost say that it might be better to paint this head, which has so much detail on it, separate off of the model. But we don't have that option today. So you'll get results a little bit better like this guy did. Where's my focus? A little bit. Can't really. It's not working the way I want it to today. Captain Valerian. Worked on him last week. On my own time, obviously. He came out rather nice. Had his head separate from its body to make it a lot easier to paint. There we go. Back into it. Shoot. There's a piece of fuzz on her eyeball. I think I got it. Nope. Like lint or something. Alright, that's blocked in. So we're going to continue that red color up and onto her collar that she's got going on. I'm going to keep the white on the bottom part, like part of her jacket, but bring this red all the way up onto her collar, onto that trim around the outside. Let's go ahead and take some of this gray for that part there. Fix where I messed up. Let that sit for a minute or two. Move on to something else real quick. You want those colors to dry really well. If you try and go in and use the paint, the contrast paint on a wet paint, it'll bleed all over the place. We don't want that, do we? I don't think so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab, got a nice snake bite leather. Somewhere around here. Had it before. Had it ready before. Snake bite leather contrast paint. This color is actually pretty great. Before this came out, I had a process of painting leathers. It took about 20 minutes to do a little buckle, like this big. We want a good color difference between this and her belt, so we're going to kind of load that on. We might do 2 coats of this. We're also going to bring that yellow up. And the holster of her pistol, do that too. Get in there, cut in above that eye. Right there. There's a big difference, such a huge difference when you just get color onto a model and get all the white, stark whites or black just taken off of the model. It just makes such a huge difference. Flip the model over, get the other side. There's the little pouches essentially done. Now I did see that I missed a couple spots with the Blood Angels red contrast. So we're going to go back in and hit that up. I need more control for this one. Got to get some off of my brush onto the palette. Go in there. Just gently. Ah, that's much better. And then I'm also going to hit this under here. Red. Excuse me if I leave the camera sight. I'm trying to get some of those little tiny details. It's hard to get. All right, now like I said before, the gray that I put up there is dry now. So we can go back with the red. We can hit this collar. and the other side of the collar. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky. On the inboard side, we have to go in and fix the face after we screwed it up some. Oh man, why is this? All right. I can't tell if that's, it looks on my side. I have the screen a little squished up though because I have a lot of chat box. So really hope it's in focus. Okay. There, and in here. There we go. And they're sneaky and they snuck some of the collar in the backside of her cowl that she's got going on here. There we go. The bottom of that will be the gray. It's hardly noticeable right now, which is good. All right. So everything's pretty much blocked in. We're going to do some of the metallics right quick. That's going to be easy, and it's going to make it stand out a lot. For that, I'm going to be using another Vallejo paint, Game Color Silver. Plata. Spanish. I don't think I use metallics. Yeah, I use a little bit of metallics on the Space Marine, but not a lot. This needs to be mixed more. Shake this violently. I put a thinning agent in this bottle. So that's why I gotta shake it so violent. Again, people calling me during my work time. I'm painting here. All right, I'm using a very, very, very light silver on this to start because we're gonna bring this way down with some washes, and I want the washes to make it really shine. We're going to paint everything but the Inquisitional Eye of the Navigator. Come on now. Here we go. Actually, screw it. We're just going to paint the whole thing. Forget the eye. We'll pick the eye out later. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this a nice, really like a glowy steel blue. I'm going to put some wash effects on this to make this silver turn to like an iridescent blue color. First thing we do, we block it out. This is going to be the last thing we do today. We're coming up on the half-hour mark. Don't want to bore anybody too much, and we'll continue this on Thursday. A little bit more water. I think half an hour is a good amount of time to have for a painting video. You go longer than that, and I think it just drags on. We don't want to do that. We don't want to bore nobody. They're trying to study for their exams. I don't know if anybody reads the White Dwarf magazines. They're pretty good. I get them. I always get them, and they have the heavy metal team. Heavy metal, haha, except spelled with an H, or without an H, with an E, to be like an orc. And they do how to paint, and it goes, put this color on, put that color on. It goes, base color, it looks like that, and then the second color, it looks a little bit different, and then apply this, and then the model looks completely different and amazing. And it's like, wait, what? How many steps did you skip? Skippers of steps. At least that's what it appears to look like. So I'd like to not do any work on this in between videos, because I don't want anybody to think I'm skipping steps or doing anything separate. But there are certain things that when you paint on a model, that'll make it look significantly different. Just a wash here and a highlight there really help pick things out. Makes a model look very different. Like I said the other day, when you're painting metallics, it's really better to paint them over black. You'll get better results from the metallic. If you try to paint metallic over a white, it just never looks right. Not never, it's just you have to do 60, 70 coats of paint to get it to look right. Or if you do it over a nice solid black, or like I'm doing over this wavy black that I used. It's a good way to describe it, wavy. Gotta get in there. In there. Today is also National Pizza Day. If you don't know, it's National Pizza Day today. Eat your pizza and be happy. This is going to look cool. This little cowl part. I really like it. These little balls, they're going to glow. I promise. Use my secret glowy techniques. Get in there. Over here too. We're going to leave that like this for today. We got a little bit done. Oh, there we are over here. I got a good focus on that. Oh, hi. There. So we got the yellow here. I like the way that yellow is coming out. We're going to highlight that back up a little bit, not too much. We got our leather pouches and gun holster done. On the back we have another inquisitional symbol. We're going to paint that a different color. Cleaned up some of the red that we got onto other parts. Let's see. And we got this face blocked in, and we got the silver on all the armor that we got. So this is going to sit and let some paint dry, and then we'll continue this on Thursday. We're looking at a little bit more than a half hour right now. Perfect timing. Thank you all for joining me. I wonder if they have good pizza in Israel, Ground Dog. You gotta come to the States once this whole freaking pandemic is over. Take you out for a slice, and we'll compare. Well, you're closer to Italy technically than we are by a long shot. So you probably do have good pizza. As long as it's not like... Who has really bad pizza? Pennsylvania? I've never had pizza in Italy. I had pizza in Greece once. It was very similar to what they call Italian pizza with the margarita style pizza. Here, this will fix all the lighting issues. There we go. It was pretty good. So, yeah, well, you guys have a great night. And there's the Nightbot. See, look, perfect again. Right, have a good night, Ground Dog, and Sonia, if you're still on.